Well, it's now time to bring you hello ladies, and don't forget today we're going to explore the lies that men tell women in relationships. Join us again.
You're the most amazing, astounding, wonderful girl, woman that I've ever known. I'm not an idiot. I know how the world works. But I'm too involved now. You jump, I jump, remember?
Between us, you have come to show you. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that's the hardest world. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. Wearing this.
Alright.
Wearing only this.
Just one time,
Let's go. Lifetime. Oh yes, hello, good afternoon everyone, and thank you so very much for joining us on Hello Ladies. Today is of course Friday, the 11th day of September 2020, and we know what happened many years ago on this exact day in America when the terror attack happened there and killed a lot of people. It's a memorial today, and our families go out to the families of those who lost their loved ones on that horrible day and the horrible event. And I know, of course, all over America today, that event is being remembered. It was a terrible thing, one of the most horrible things that has ever happened in our world. Anyhow, having said that, I'm delighted to welcome you to Hello Ladies today here on this frequency. And today we are going to, like I promoted both on social media and also here last week, we want to talk about the lies. Are you in a relationship? First of all, are you in a relationship, even if it's marriage, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend? If you have been in a relationship, especially if you're a lady, you'll notice that you must have heard a lot of lies from the opposite sex, right? Oh yes, many ladies have heard too many lies. I have heard some myself, and those of you listening in have heard some too, and those watching me from across the globe have heard many lies. Peculiar here in the house has heard many lies too, right? In your relationship. Good. Peculiar is the CA on duty, working with me, and Henry, of course, Henry Megaribe is my music man this afternoon, supplying us music. So we are going to explore some of these lies, and I know as we are talking about them, many ladies I would love you to join. Please drop your own comments. So many people have already joined me. Prince Arinze Ezalabike, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. David Chimak is watching. Prince Arinze, you said your program is here again. Oh yes, it is. You're welcome. 3,000 souls died, but the Al Qaeda has almost been decimated. Absolutely. David Chimak, thank you so much for that information already. Thank you. Yes, that we had to mention that because today is a very crucial day in the lives of Americans, not just Americans, in the lives of every person who's a human being. We remember that horrible event. Thank heavens that a lot has been done in the war against terror all over the world. Well, coming back down to Hello Ladies, we want to talk about Frederick Anokante. How are you doing? You're watching? Please let me know where you're viewing us from. Now let's talk about the lies men tell women in relationships. I've heard lots of them. Many women have heard too many lies. The number one lie, of course, is I love you. That's the biggest lie of all times. Every man tells this lie. And don't worry, men were complaining on social media where I dropped this, promoted this topic. They said, make sure you talk about the women, the lies women also tell. Let's see. Next week, hopefully, we shall explore the lies women tell. Of course, women also tell their own lies, lots of lies. Now, the biggest lie of all from a man. Okay, Ugushe Stephen, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. You're watching from Obako. Paul Unzeg. Paul, good to see you. Waiting for the lies, Paul said. Paul Unze from over here. And you say, I like your program, Our Golden Voice of Orient. Frederick Anokanti, God bless you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. David Chimak is viewing us from UAE, United Arab Emirates. Good to have you join us. Thanks a bunch. And now the lies. Number one lie. Paul said he's waiting to hear the lies. Paul, have you told this lie before? I love you. Many men tell women these lies, especially even from secondary school days. They get used to it. And research has shown that men tell more lies than women. In fact, 80% of men are prone to telling lies than women in relationships because, I don't know, I don't want to say cheating is in their blood before they demand for my head now. Cheating is not in their blood though, but they tell a lot of lies to cover up, stuff. So number one is I love you. Many men say this even when they don't love this woman. They just want something. Maybe they just want a good lay, they want to, take this lady to bed. They see no reason to go about it. They have to tell her, I love you. I love you more than my mother. Like what I posted on my wall. Somebody tells you, you are the first and only woman I've ever loved, and your head begins to swell. Are you serious? Like, seriously? You believe that? If you believe that, you can believe anything. How can you be the first? What happened to his mom, for instance? Is it? The mom is the first, number one. The very first person whose voice he hears. The very first person he smiles to. And now there you are. He's telling you you're the first and only one though, and you are there doing smear. Your head is swelling. Hey, he loves me. Every time you're thinking of what he said. see your mouth. It's not true, of course. Don't believe that all the time. It can be true in some instances, but not all of the time. And okay, Prince Ezalabik is watching from Senegal. Thanks for letting me know. Now, most men tell, especially when they notice they like a girl, and they know it's a bit difficult to get her on their side. What do they say? And they know this lady wants to get settled, wants to marry. They say, I'm still single. Yes, that's another thing. You see, these days with high tech and a lot of sophistication around, many men look much younger than their age. Many young men. Somebody like Henry now, if Henry tells you he's married, you won't believe him, even though he may not be married. He looks very young. Many of them, somebody like my DG now, he looks slim and young. If he tells you a girl he's still single, the girl might believe him. You see, so they capitalize on this very lie a lot to tell it often to many women. And then this other lie among many men, they say, it's only you I have always loved. Seriously, you are the only woman. It's close to the first one. The only woman. Most times this is not true. You're not the only one. They have eyes for others. They say they're sowing their wide oats. So they have to check out a number of ladies to decide who to settle down with. So most times, ladies, pay attention. Most times it's not true that you're the only one. They say you it's only you I have always loved. Seriously. Oh dear. This one no be true. And then they also lie. They lie about their whereabouts. Okay, their wife gets suspicious. Your woman gets suspicious. You have a date together. And he tells you, well, sorry, honey, I'm in traffic. I'm being held up by traffic. Whose side? He's not in traffic or anything. Either he's having a good time with his friends over some bottles of beer, or checking out another woman, a pretty woman he's just run into. That's another thing. Tells lies about his whereabouts. Then they also lie about money and source of income. A man will always boast and tell you that he makes so much money. That's why this is a very serious lie, guys. Pay attention. When you tell a woman you're making so much money at what you do, be careful. You might win her over, maybe marry her, and when she comes in, she discovers that there is no money. And wahala don't begin with that one. Most times you say, women. You don't blame her. Tell her how it is with you. Don't lie about your income. Don't confuse her by painting a bigger picture of what really is. You tell her, oh, you're earning so much money at this job. This job pays so well. You've got this, you've got that. And she begins to believe you. She thinks it's true. And eventually, what happens? She comes in to discover that it's all a lie. That's serious. It can cause a lot of problems in that relationship. It could, especially if it's a marriage relationship. Now, the next simple lie. This is a very simple lie. I'll talk about a very big one very shortly. The next simple lie is, sorry, I missed your call. How many girls have heard this one? Have you heard this before? Severally, right, ladies? I missed your call. Oh, I'm so sorry, I missed your call. He didn't miss your call. Most times, they didn't miss your call. They saw that call. They didn't want to take it. Probably they were engaged somewhere, seriously. Probably also with another woman. I missed your call. Then I've talked about I'm paid quite highly. They should really be careful. Men should really be careful how they tell this lie, because when you tell this particular lie and a lady you like so much begins to believe or believes you, imbibes it, and eventually maybe it leads to one thing, leads to another, leads to a marriage, she comes in to discover that you had lied all the way. Man, it's hard for a lady to forgive. So be careful how you tell a woman you're paid quite highly, you make so much money from what you do and all of that, when it is actually a lie. Maria Chinwemma Ibokwe, my dear friend, is watching. Chinwemma, how is our baby? She has a new baby. Please give her kisses for me. Thank you so much. Now, yes, she says she's so happy to join the program. I'm so happy you're here too. We are well. Thank you. And kiss the baby for me, please don't forget. Now, we've talked about the amount of money, about lying about your income. You talk about how much you earn. You tell a girl, you give her a wrong impression, you're earning so much, when in actual fact, you're not really earning that high. Be careful. This is a very serious lie. It can land you in serious trouble. Very serious trouble. You can lose the best woman you can ever have because of this. Because when she discovers that you've lied to her about the amount of money you get paid, she can leave you, honestly, dump you at the dustbin at the corner here. So be careful how you tell this lie, guys. Now, the serious lie, a very serious one, they also tell is, they tell a lady, maybe after dating a girl for like how many years, giving her hope, raising her hopes and all of that, she's stuck with you through thick and thin. She's hoping for you to pop the big question. Of course, by popping the big question, I mean, asking her, will you marry me, and all of that. And then you come up with a story. My mother said no. This is a very common lie men tell. You see, I like you so much, but my mom, hell, the poor mom doesn't even know you. Okay, they said my mom said he doesn't like your place. My mom said he doesn't like your village. My mom said your people are this. My mom said, mommies, they always use their moms. My mother said no. They want out. When a guy begins to tell your mother, a guy should be able to convince. If you love a woman so much, you like her, everything about her, you want to make her your wife, convince your mother. Don't come telling her, my mom said no. That's a lie. Convince her. You can convince your mom if you share such a close relationship with your mother. If your mother knows you're in love and that you're happy, your mother will support you. So convince your mom that you like this girl. Don't go lying, telling her maybe you're fed up with her. Maybe you've met someone new. You now tell her, my mother said no. That's a big lie. Men often tell this lie to end relationships that have lasted for a while, and where ladies have hoped that it will end in marriage. They come up with this lie because when you hear mother-in-law, you don't want wahala. It's a very important. I don't know. It's not important. It's they find it a handy lie. My mother said no. One young girl once told me how I didn't want to cause trouble in that relationship. She told me how, I've dated this guy, and she just, I've dated this guy for like 7 years. Imagine his mom is the problem is his mom. Say, how is the mom the problem? The mother, he said the mother doesn't like people from my area. That's not true. I didn't want to tell her that because I didn't want her to go causing trouble and bringing me all of it. I told her, I encouraged her to talk to him to convince his mother, convince his mother that you're a good girl and that you're okay. Not everybody from your place is bad. So he should convince his mother. When a guy comes telling you, my mom said this and my mom, no, don't believe him. Tell him to convince his mother, especially if you have invested a lot in that relationship. Ugweshi Stephen, but it's not only men that lie. Sometimes a girl will tell you that she doesn't have another boyfriend just to have your money. Yes, don't worry. Next week, hopefully, we shall talk about the lies women tell men. Women also have their own lies. Engineer Henry Chinedu is watching too. Thank you very much. Frank Uchedibia. Frank, it's good to see you. Thank you. Some of those things men say when trying to woo a woman are not actually lies in its true sense. That's what you're saying. But things women want to hear to be wooed. What do you mean? He said, without which the man might not have a breakthrough. Oh my goodness. They are called love charms. And it's left for the woman to watch out for the fulfillment of those words. Otherwise, she should call off the relationship. Wow, this is quite nice. Thank you, Frank. Frank, it seems they are experiencing this game, eh? Which one? This one is nice. Thank you very much. Well, you heard him. He said most of them are not really lies. I wonder what they are. He said charms. Charms in quotes, I believe. They are lies. Lies are lies. Chizuru Elekanachi, thank you for joining. Nki Nkem Ugochukwu, thank you. Justin Chinedu, thank you. You said you liked the program. Thanks a lot. And Paul said we are waiting for next week. The lies women tell next week. Don't worry. Yes, I'll tell you. We tell some little lies too. Destiny. Akunesi, Destiny is watching live from Oji. Thank you so much, Destiny. You can also drop, guys. Many people who are watching are guys. I love that. Where are the ladies? I would love you to drop some of the lies you have told ladies before. Please, it will help spice up the show. Now, another lie, of course, I have talked about my mom. That's a very serious one. And they often, almost always get away with it. Because once you bring mother into the picture, a serious-minded person may decide. Somebody said on point. Thank you very much. And Engineer Henry. And when a man loves a woman, he's ready to spend his very last dime unless he loves her in pretense. Yeah, of course, that's what we are exploring. Henry, thank you very much for giving us your opinion. Now, we have talked about, sorry, I missed your call. This is a very common one. And this lie about my mother is common among Nigerian men. Nigerians are too smart. I recall one video I watched of a South African girl who posted a video of herself. She said she was dying for Nigerian men. Why? You know what? She said their own South African men are boring. Nigerian men know how to switch tongue. I imagine. That was what the girl said. Nigerian men know how to give you sugar words that will turn your head. According to her, she doesn't know that some of these sugar words can be quite dangerous. All right. My phone was on silent. That's another lie that men tell, ladies. Some of these lies are pardonable. We call them light lies, but there are serious ones like this one. I keep stressing on this one. You say, I'm highly paid. You lie about your income just to get a girl. You lie about your income, about how much you get at the end of the month or year. Don't forget that that girl, especially if you want her for keeps, will eventually find out and she will dump you. Don't cry when that happens. It's always good to tell the truth, especially when you are keeping your eye on the permanent thing. You know, you're crazy about a girl, you want her for keeps, that's for a relationship, for marriage. Then tell her the whole truth, especially about how much you earn, how much you make. Then the other next serious lie that you shouldn't be telling carelessly is the one about your mother, and then the one about your income. Now, my phone was on silent. That was why, baby, I didn't see your call, because my phone was... this is a very handy lie. Handy, you know. You could easily use it. They could easily use it to fend off an offensive. My phone was on silence. Well, there's another lie, a light one. I don't look at other women. If a lady believes this, then you can believe anything. You can be. These are the kinds of lies you can tell to the Marines and mountains. Don't believe this. It's not true, of course. He looks at other women, not just look. He goes beyond looking and actually asks them out on a date sometimes. So this one is a lie that is not to be believed. I don't look at other women. All this number of broken homes you see around, or we read about, what's the cause? At the center of these things, of course, is the fact that he's been looking and actually dating other women. So it's very common here too, because like that South African girl said, many Nigerian men, they have sugar-coated tongues, and most of this sugar coating is about. The sugar coating is usually about lying. Some of these lies are negligible. Some of these lies are, pardonable. Like small lies, like my phone was on silence. I don't know, but I don't look at other women. That's not true. You shouldn't believe this one. Because it's not true. Especially in Nigeria, most Nigerian men look and go beyond looking at other women. Let's take a look at some of your messages, after which we shall go on a break, and when we return, the show will continue. And please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where most of these talks are too. If you miss any of my talks, you can go there to my YouTube channel and listen and watch other videos of mine. Just go to YouTube and type Joyce Unebu and you find my channel. Subscribe to it. Now, somebody, Donald Nwanwa, good to see you from Australia. Well done, Sister Joyce Unebu. I like the program. Please send the number to call. No, it's not a phone-in program, I'm afraid. Just drop your message, please. You can contribute via messages, and I would like to read from you again. Destiny said, ladies tell more lies in relationships and cheat more than men too in relationships. Who told you? Says who? Research has shown that men tell more lies. Destiny, don't worry, next week I'll bring up that research. Men tell more lies because they are more prone to going after women, so they have to find ways to catch them. They're more active in the chasing game, so they have to look for ways to be successful, and in their bid to be successful, they cook up a lot of lies. Frederick Anokanti said, at times men tell women lies that they are goods on top of high sea when they don't have shop. I mentioned it. That's a very bad lie to tell. I have already told you why. You deceive a girl, especially a girl you want to keep, you want to marry. You deceive her, telling her you have this at high sea, your income is this, blah blah blah. You make mouth about how much you make. Don't forget that at the end of the day, that girl will come in and actually know the true position of things, and then she may leave you or start dating other men, richer men, behind your back. Okay, so that's why it's so dangerous. That's why we have so many cases of women cheating. Probably they were lied to, and they come in and there's no money, even though a woman shouldn't marry a man for money, but let her know the truth. She may now decide to walk away, okay? If she knows you don't have as much as you have lied you have, she may walk away or she may stay with you. And when a woman decides to stay, my God, women are wonderful creatures, though. Not just because I'm a woman. When a woman, the love of a woman can be great. Remember, Jonathan and was it David? Yes, remember the Bible story, the epic Bible story about the love between Jonathan and David. In the poem, something like a poem that Jonathan wrote or David wrote in I think a eulogy, actually, when Jonathan was killed. David wrote a eulogy, and in that he was eulogizing Jonathan. He said, "Your love for me was wonderful, passing the love of a woman," which means even the Bible recognizes that the love of a woman is wonderful. So when you tell her the truth about your income, the true position of things in your life concerning your finances, and she decides to stay, wow, you're lucky. That woman can do anything for you. But when you lie to a woman, they said hell had no fury than a woman, than when you do what to a woman, you slight her. Oh my goodness. A woman, you see, women, we women, we are fashioned in a way, we can go to extremes because of our very nature. We are somewhat complicated. I don't want to go into all that, So women can go extreme to fight. Okay, extreme, left or right. God help women. Oh well. No, at times there are men tell women that they're good on top of high CS. This is from Frederick. Thank you. Donald, it's always good to tell the truth, but it depends on the person that you are telling the truth to. There are some truths that can put someone into trouble. Oh yes, you use your wisdom. And no, but if you're planning to marry a woman who's going to be your wife and the mother of your children, for crying out loud, you should tell her the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I don't look at other women is a very annoying lie, because men that tell those lies are chronic womanizers. I think I agree. I couldn't agree less. I couldn't agree more. It's true. Honestly, it's a very annoying lie indeed. I talked about it. I don't look at other women. Says who? And who are you trying to fool? A woman shouldn't be fooled with that kind of a lie, because it's not true. Every man looks at other women. Paul Nze, I was in a meeting. I was watching a match. Paul is telling me some of his own. Okay, yeah. I was in a meeting, a board meeting. I wrote it down here. It's one of the lies I have on my list. I was in a board meeting. There's another one, a very handy lie, especially during league matches. I was watching a match with my friends. This is another handy lie. You keep a woman, you stand a woman up, you have a date, you're supposed to take her out somewhere. Along the line, your friends come, because men are easily influenced by their friends, the mates, the boys. They influence them a lot. So watch out, ladies, for the kind of men, for the kind of friends your guys have. They influence them a lot. They tell them, you know, woman rapper, I beg, leave the girl, I beg, they make we go find drink. Before you know it, he has forgotten all about your plans together. And he's gone off with his friends to go and drink or watch a match or chase after a woman. Something like that. Thank you very much, Paul. I don't communicate with my ex. This is a beautiful lie. Prince Arinze Ezalabeke. God bless you. This is very true. I don't even have it on my list. This is so true. They lie about their ex. They tell you, it's a foregone story, conclusion. It's not true. Sometimes they go behind you and communicate, actually. And by her, I read once, a lady was complaining about how she discovered her husband bought something, actually. His ex was asking him for money, and he actually went out to send money to the ex, and the girl was livid with rage when she found out. So you see, but they lie that they don't. He said men tell more lies because they are polygamous in nature. That's Donald Nwanwa. Who said men are polygamous in nature? Are they really? It's your own opinion. It's not been proved by science or research. Okay? Now, this is some men also lie to a girl that he is 300 level in the university. Stephen, this is for younger men. 300 level, maybe. Yes, that's true. They tell a girl, well, they meet a girl they like, maybe a bigger girl. They tell them that they are in 400, final year student, or that they are working as an engineer somewhere. Oh no, that's a terrible one. If the girl discovers, uncle, I remember in those days when we were working, there was a guy in, I won't mention his name, in one of the offices where I worked. You know, girls who were interested in the job would come and he would lead them and tell them he was the DG, you know, overall boss. And before the girls could know what was happening, he would have had his way with them. I recall one case who eventually got in and discovered that the guy was occupying a very low position. She was crazy with anger, and they never were friends until she left. So you see, these things work. And Justin Chinedu, actually, you need to tell lies to get about 75% of Nigerian girls to fall in love with you. Oh, really? No, I don't believe you. Women in this part of the world like lies. Men who say all the whole truth hardly get a true love. Yeah, oh no. He said, it took me almost 8 years of wooing girls, in all honesty, but I didn't get any true love from an Igbo girl. I ended up falling in love with a Yoruba girl. My goodness, who is this? Justin, what's going on? Justin, are you in Nigeria, resident in Nigeria? This is your experience. Thank you for sharing. Oh my goodness. So you're saying, you see, ladies, you complain that men tell lies to you, but sometimes what Justin has said is true. Many women prefer to be told lies. You prefer to be told that you meet a guy who borrowed a car from his friend, a good car, maybe, and he's lying to you, gives you a ride, and he's telling you that he works in Shell, Port Harcourt, and all of that, and you believe him because probably you're so pretty, sophisticated, he likes you, and he knows if he tells you the true position, you wouldn't go with him. But how are you sure the girl wouldn't go with you? You see, that's another thing. You conclude without researching, finding out first. Justin, I don't agree with you completely, because how can you be sure she wouldn't agree if you told her the true state of things with you? Okay? Most times, especially for a woman you're planning to marry. Paul is that women love men that lie than honest ones. Wow, this is another guy agreeing with you. Chinyere Ibe, everybody lie. Thank you. Engineer Henry, supposing I'm married, I do look at other women, but I don't admire them. You're not serious. Then what are you looking at them for? The look there means admiring now. What makes you look at them twice? What makes you look at a woman twice? She's pretty. You look again. You're admiring her. That's not true. Frederick Anokante, I work in the airport when I'm a barrow pusher in main market Onisha. Oh, that's another lie. Thank you so much. We shall go on a break. And when we come back, I will talk about 5 more lies that men tell women. This is really fun. And I'm learning so much. Thanks to so many of you for contributing. And I would like other people to contribute as well. So for those of you who are not on social media platforms, you can send your SMS to 0703 248 8575. Let's see. And but I would like you also to join me on Facebook on my wall. Thank you so much. We shall go on a break. Henry is my music man. Select something nice for our audience.
I look once. It's not that look. Yeah.
It's not true. Don't mind. Why don't you give me some lies? Tell me the ones you've heard, Shay.
I will pray next week Friday. I will finish it.
Hey, women. The lies women tell. There are many women tell lies too.
I'm Friday. Hey.
Women tell lies as well. Women tell lies. Both sexes tell lies. Love you. I've dated so many Yeah, that one is good. I like it. They tell that one. I've heard that one. You're different. Time, let's go. Yes, so you're welcome back to Hello Ladies on 94.5 Orient FM. Thanks a lot for joining us. Yes, today on the show, we are exploring the lies men tell women in relationships. There are lots of them. We've talked about I love you more than my mother, you are the only sugar in my tea, you're the only mosquito in my net. Oh my goodness, these ones were heard years ago in secondary schools. I don't think anybody uses these lines anymore. These are old-fashioned because women also have learned that these lies are not true. There's another lie. Peculiar just reminded me, you are different from all the women I've ever dated. And when you hear this, my God, your head begins to swell. Ooh, he said, I'm different. And you begin to pretend. Don't mind him, you're not different. This is just a lie to get you to do what he wants you to do, Jerry. All right, there's another one. You look good in everything you wear. Particularly, you've heard that one now. Of course, almost every woman has heard this one before. It's not, of course, it's not true. If you have a good self-esteem, you'll be able to separate the lies from the truth, okay? You know yourself now. You know your figure, whether you have figure 9 or 10 or 12. And this guy comes telling you, maybe your figure is, there are figures that don't have demarcation. You understand? Hey, you know yourself. You look at your mirror. But he comes telling you that your figure is figure 8. And you believe him. You're not serious. You look good in everything you put on. That's a good lie. It makes a woman feel good. It makes you feel good and you think, well, I am such a great person. My name is Chris. Majority of the ladies want a successful man and not even a man still in the process. So they leave the poor ones who are not there yet to pretend just to feel the soft touch of being life, Sha. He said life, Sha. Just ended it with life, Sha. Yes, that life. Anyway, you look good in everything you put on. And then there's another one. No, you don't look fat. I tell you this, especially when this is very common with Western men, even Nigerian men too. They know, of course, you see, guys are too smart. They know women don't like being fat. Even though you're fat or you're figure 20 or so, they tell you you're not. No, you're not fat, darling. You look good. But of course, it's not true. You know the truth. Then, another one, I've been too busy. Oh, so sorry. I've been too busy. Busy doing what? That you can't call the woman you love? Check that out, ladies. What is it busy doing? Well, maybe it's an excuse most men use. Handy pa. She's just a friend. They tell you you're out together, maybe at a party or at an event. You meet a girl, two of you are together. You see this girl is too fond of him, around him. He knows her, of course. And you're standing by watching. And when the girl leaves, you don't mind. She's just a friend. She may not just be a friend, though. She may be the second you. Yeah, she may be your competitor, behind the scene. And he's just pretending it's just a friend. But smart women don't just take it at face value. They investigate after that, discreet investigation. Okay, and then there's another one when a woman doesn't really want, to go all the way. They say, well, it's okay to just cuddle. It is not okay for them most times. They don't like it that you don't want to give in to what they want, especially sexual advances. I don't know if you've seen the video trending now. I'm almost done. We are done. We've told I think we've explored a lot of lies, more than 20 lies on this show today, and that's just a bit of it. There are more lies that men tell women. Next week on the show, don't forget to join us. We're going to explore the lies women tell, because women also tell their own lies. Lots of them, yes. Alex Bachut. Yes, and you're shocked that I say women. Of course, women tell a lot of lies now. They also have tracks to cover, but not as much as men. Men tell more lies, I think, because they're the ones who are who are more active in the chasing game, in the relationship game, so they tell a lot of lies. The truth about it is that ladies look for already made men these days. This is the main reason some lie to ladies to win their hearts first. Yes, I agree with you. I think Okechukwu Nwachukwu JP, thank you. And Prince Kanu is watching. Thank you very much too. Engineer Henry Chinedu again. Some of the lies: you are my life, I cannot live without you. He said, everything about you is amazing. I can't wait to make you my wife. What are you waiting for? This is so true. Henry, thank you. You see, men know themselves. You see how they're all releasing the lies. Thank you very much. Let your girlfriend hear you. Continue. She's listening. Now, there's another lie. I almost forgot to tell lie, and it should be to mention this lie. This is so common. Wayo men will tell you, if I had seen you before I met my wife, I would have married you. Have you heard this one before? Hey, where were you? How many years ago? They will scream, oh, why didn't I meet you before? Says who? It's not true. Especially coming from a married man who enjoys the company of his wife with his kids. Don't mind him. Ladies, if a married man tells you this, don't believe it though. It's not true. Definitely it's not. If I had met you before I met my wife, I would have married you. Sometimes they say, oh, where were you 20 years ago? Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Okay, teams, okay, thank you very much for joining us too. I thank all of you immensely for being a part of the show today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that so very much, because I'm in competition. It will help me push up my marks. Do this for me, please. Thank you. Next week, don't forget to join us again as we explore the lies women tell men in relationships. I know so many of you would like to join then. So many of the men who have joined us today wouldn't miss it for anything. Henry has already said he wouldn't miss it. I know so many of you won't too. Don't forget to join us. Ugushe Stephen, some of the lies: you will not like anything in my house. What? You will not take? I don't understand. Check the English. It's not very clear here. But I'm afraid we have to go now because our time is up. I thank you all, and I love you all to the moon and back here to Nigeria. God bless you. Bye-bye. Hey, I love this song. It's true. Can't believe I can share no situation. Can hold on our emotions. They will love baby. Joyce Unebu is my name on YouTube. Joyce Unebu, somebody wants to know. It ain't so serious anyway. When the clouds are feeling like the ocean.